this is a Speed Queen washer dryer set we bought brand new in Williston, Vermont. And ever since buying these machines, the dryer has melted my Polar Fleece fabric. And what it does is I find it clinging to that heat vent right there, and it's melted to it, and the pattern of the heat vent is melted right into, this is Minky fleece. I always have it on the delicate setting in order to try not to melt anything, and yet even then it still melts it. And then other things won't get dry at all because I have to have it on such a low setting to keep from melting the Polar Fleece. So I have to run the dryer for at least twice as long on delicate in order to get like cotton towels dry. So anyway, here's some examples of what this dryer is doing. And I've been on the phone many times with Speed Queen, or Alliance is who we get on the phone with. But here's an example of soft fleece that's been melted stiff and burned. Here's one that's melted into hard plastic. That's Polar Fleece. As you know, Polar Fleece started as plastic and then it gets extruded and woven into fabric. Here's some more Polar Fleece that was nice and soft and is melted at the edges, and none of this I can use, unfortunately. Here's another one where the heat grill pattern is melted right into the fabric. These are other ones. This one's been melted back to plastic in this section. More pieces melted together with the heat grill melted onto the fabric. And these are with small loads. I only do small loads because when I do animal rescue, I'm not always accumulating big amounts because I do very tiny animal rescues, very small animals. So they don't require a lot of fleece. These two are melted together. Maybe that's 3 pieces of fabric. I don't know, melted together. These fabrics pieces are melted together. And this was yellow fleece, and it completely melted and turned back to hard plastic. So, as you can see from this, we've been on the phone with Speed Queen for months on end. And in the end, they decided that we must be doing large loads and that's why it's melting, which we don't do. We do little loads, and as you can tell, fabric should not melt in a dryer, especially when it's on the delicate setting. So it still shouldn't melt in the dryer, even so. It might get warm, but not melt. So anyway, we're at our wit's end with it. It's an expensive machine. We paid over $1,000 for it, brand new. If anybody has any ideas out there as to what can be done, we and Alliance have called people to come out, and they said, oh, it's normal for a commercial dryer to be hot. Well, if I was a tenant in an apartment building and had to use this dryer, I would be a very unhappy tenant if that's the case, having my clothes melted. So I don't see how being commercial means it's okay for it to melt clothing. So anyway, if anybody has ideas, let me know. Thanks. Bye.